Greetings YouTube. Mike from over at the WeaponCollector channel has tagged me in a homemade one-off weapon video tag. And so I went into my bedroom and I pulled open one drawer and I took out the contents of that single drawer and I'm going to show them to you. I'm not pulling out all of my custom one-off weapons because it's 1:30 in the morning and my wife is sleeping. So I just went in and got the stuff out of one drawer while she was not in the room, and now I'm going to do a quick video on them. So all of this stuff that I'm showing you was made by a friend of mine named Damien. He went by the name Damien the Magyar in the Society for Creative Anachronism, where he and I were both active at the time. I have no idea if Damien is still active. That is not his actual name. That is the name he used within the society. But he was a short little madman, and he was quite talented. So the first we have here is this right here. It's a three-fingered thrusting tool. It has, see if I can get that on there so you can see that. It's got four sides. No edge of any kind. There's no edge on this at all. And three fingers fit here, or even if you've got big hands, you might just use two, but I can quite comfortably use three fingers, and the beads go between your fingers, and it's a simple thrusting tool. Or as my friend commented, if anyone asks you, just tell them it's a leather punch. And it comes with a neck sheath. That I actually have worn that in public. Then we have another one. This is another dangling sheath, and again, this is a three-fingered grip, and that is antler horn. And yes, that is a natural patina. It's been used by more than one occasion. It's got a pretty decent edge on it. Not quite a full flat grind. There is some curving here, but it's quite handy as a utility device that you wear around your neck. And again, I have worn that on more than one occasion. Then we have this one. Now this wood is known as pink ivory. It's rather rare. It's from Africa, and it has a very dense feel like ivory, so that's hence the name. And this is just a simple utility. This is a false edge up here, and again, it's a three-finger handle grip. And I've used this. It's useful for eating, just general utility chores around the campsite kind of thing for light duty. Alrighty. Next we have this one. Here we go. This one. This one has a little bit of file work on the top, which also functions as jimping, and some actual proper jimping here if you want to choke up on something for. And the nice thing again, this is deer antler, and the way this fits your hand, it's very comfortable. This pistol grip is very comfortable, so it's very easy to do cutting motions in this way, and if you want to turn it like this, if you want to make slicing motions, and again, it's very comfortable for slicing, food prep, things like that. And again, I've used this around the campsite before. It's in a simple drop sheath. And we have this, which was designed to be dangled from a belt to hang. And this was carried by an old roommate of mine, and she's no longer active in the organization, so she decided to pass it on to me. She didn't want it around her kids because they were prone to prying into things they shouldn't have pried into. It's got a nice shaped grip, and on me this is a three-fingered grip. She had much smaller hands, so it was more comfortable for her. And again, there's a little bit of file work on the back of the blade, which does function as jimping. Then we have this one, which is a larger coffin handle design almost. Relatively thin. A little more file work on the back. This fits my hand well, but I don't have particularly big hands. And again, that functions like this. This is also a false edge here. And the thing about this is that it is real live ivory. Before anyone panics and starts telling me that I'm killing the elephants of Africa, this particular piece of ivory came from an elephant that died in captivity, and my buddy, like at a zoo or something, my buddy had the documentation to show that it was not an imported tusk. So this is as clean a piece of ivory as you can get in the U.S. It also happened back in like 35 or 37, 1935, 1937. So long before we had to, people were really overly concerned with the whether the elephants were going to survive. And then we're going to have my saving the best for last, which is my favorite blade of my entire collection. This one. This is made from a Ford truck spring. It is a design based off of the Parang. It has a distinct curve. It's really designed for chopping. It's got a pretty decent edge on it. It's been blued. The grip is very comfortable. There's no file work, but this is a very thick blade. This is designed as a, not just as a weapon, but as a tool. And this is, quite frankly, it's one of the best things I think my buddy's made. I have some other places his which are of very good quality, but this is flat out my favorite blade that I own in my entire collection. And as I've told my wife, that when I'm on my deathbed, if I am in a hospital or in a hospice center or at home, this is the blade I want in my hand, just in the off chance that they actually allow me to enter the halls of Valhalla. I'm going to make sure that I've got a weapon in my grip when I do it. And this is my favorite blade. So these are my custom weapons, one-offs for Mike's tag. So I hope that that is acceptable. I hope that you all folks have enjoyed looking at my collection.